Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you the deck profile for Grustbalesta's Treehouse, built by James. Super fun list. My locals have gotten around to calling it Raid Boss. It's a very fun list that definitely has a lot of support, so that you're not just relying on Alice to win the game, but then if you're not careful enough, Alice can just reach this point where you just can't win because you just can't do any damage to the opponent forever. So yeah, super fun. Definitely recommend goofing around with it. And you don't necessarily have to play 20 different stones. But if you want a fun deck to just kind of have around and play with friends, definitely think that this is one you can keep sleeved. So obviously our ruler is Yggdrasil, the World Tree. For those of you who don't know, Yggdrasil just has no abilities on its front in terms of triggers or anything else like that. It just has a replacement effect on it that if a card your opponent controls would deal damage and reduce you to 0 life, it reduces you to 100 instead. Keep in mind this is deal damage, not lose life. If it makes you deal damage, then you get to go grab an Alice and a Excalibur X from your deck and put them into your field. So it's kind of like in a sense, just kind of your protection, right? To be able to slam things like a really buffed up Grustbalesta to kick some butt, or have this kind of lockout with Alice and Flak Jacket. So it doesn't really do much beyond that. In terms of card Resonators, let's go to the stones first. So the stone base is 20 different stones. You could run any kind of variants of any different 20 stones you want. The reason why we do this is so that Grustbalesta will always get +1/+1 for every single stone you call. It can be a little bit risky, but that's why he runs the rewriting laws, because your stone base isn't necessarily super consistent with what you're playing here. But again, that's why it's kind of a fun casual deck, and there can be times where Grustbalesta can come in as I think one time he came in as a 28/28 with swiftness because James just had all 28 stones, and so it's just like, well, there's a 3-drop 28/28 coming at my face. So it's pretty silly, but you can kind of play any combination of stones you want, just as long as it's 20 different stones. And then the 3 basics are there because of the couple of magic stone analysis. So going into the Resonators, 4 Sacred Elf and 4 Melfi to help with ramp and protection. 2 Pricias, because again you can use it as a will sync when you have all these stones. So during the upkeep you can just burn it all, pump it into Prisia, and then recover. Red Riding Hood, because as well it's ramp, and if you have so many stones she becomes just a 2-drop 7/7 with swiftness. Grustbalesta, because as we said, he's kind of the real heavy hitter of the deck. Gives all your stones barrier. You can just make him so that he's this gigantic beast. And if you have 5 different magic stones with different names, he comes in with swiftness and precision, which is pretty crazy. 2 Avatar Alice, 1 so that if you draw 1, you don't have to worry about not missing your Yggdrasil, and 2, you can quick cast it in, and you're playing kind of a ramp game anyway, so she also takes all the damage that you would be dealt while she's on the field. 4 Blessing of Yggdrasil for more ramp, 4 Rewriting Laws to make your stone base better for a turn, as well as draw a card. 2 Magic Stone Analysis to help you get your basics out. 2 Drop of Yggdrasil to primarily make either Grustbalesta or Avatar Alice hexproof, which is really great. 2 Flak Jacket just says prevent all damage to the equipped J/res, which means that if you put it on Alice, then you can't ever take damage as a player, because Alice is going to redirect all the damage from you to her, and then with Flak Jacket, Alice can't take any damage, so you're just safe. A Horn of the Sacred Beast in case the damage goes long. A couple of Apollos to be able to protect stuff like Avatar Alice or Grustbalesta. 3, and then 4 Excalibur X, just because you have so much will and you're not really doing a ton on your turn unless you're slamming a creature, so you can probably just play these as soon as you get them into your hand, and then suddenly your Alices are just these massive behemoths and your opponent can't target it with anything without paying a ton. So it's just get more and more protective. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. The link to the gacha log so that you can see this list yourself is in the description if you want it. You just have to click it and it'll bring up this picture. Huge thanks to James for showing me off this list. It was a ton of fun to play against as well outside of the feature match. Definitely recommend it if you're looking for just a goofy deck to have fun with friends with. So until next time, guys, this is DMO73 signing off.